Good day and welcome to another edition or another episode of How to Recover from Deep Failure. I am Donald and today we continue our series talking about that, so catch you there. All right, welcome back to the program today. Today we'll continue our series talking about how to recover from deep failure. If you haven't yet liked, shared, or subscribed, I would love for you to do so that we can continue to reach more people with this information to help as much people as possible achieve that balanced success life. Everybody has a dream. Everybody has a dream life. Everybody has an idea of what they want to see in their lives or what they want to achieve. Sometimes we do need help. We do need information that will help us get there. And that's what this particular show is all about. So let's get the word out. Let's get people watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Click the notification button so that you can be part of this particular series. This particular series is very close to my heart because it's coming out of some type of personal experience as well, and I see a lot of people go through it, and I want to help as many people as possible come out of it. So let's get into what we have in store today. In the previous video, I just gave an introduction to this topic, how this type of experience can cause for people to become negative, how this type of experience can cause for people to become pessimistic and skeptical, can cause for people to become totally hopeless. You know, there are lots of people that are walking on the streets that are actually hopeless, like they have lost their hope for life, they've lost their hope for success and all of that. But this teaching series will give the information that anybody needs to come out of that kind of situation. So the very first thing you need to understand about this situation is that you need to accept it, okay? The event has happened. The business has closed. It has to close. The relationship has ended. The dream organization has to close, but you have to accept it. But the fact that you accept the event does not mean that you have to accept defeat. It does not mean that you have to accept failure. It does not mean that you have to accept that state of experiencing failure or loss there. You just need to accept it for the main point of changing the situation. Because until you can identify what has happened, you cannot begin to change the situation. So it is until you identify a problem that you can begin to change it. It's like driving a car with a bad tire. Okay? In order for you to make that journey more of a success, you have to park the car and fix the tires. Now, we have to draw a line. We have to draw a line, and we all have to have some type of wisdom to understand when to keep pushing and not to quit, and when to say, hey, we've got to stop for some time so that we can reevaluate one or two things and know how to press forward. You see, because as motivational speakers and as self-help professionals, we try as much as possible to advise against quitting, right? But you are not quitting. All right, this is not a situation where, oh, you quit, you're never going to try that again, you're never going to do that again. Sometimes some things have to stop for some time so that you can recuperate, replan, reorganize, and then start up again. Many rich folks have had to file for bankruptcy once in a time. So sometimes some people file for bankruptcy, some billionaires file for bankruptcy. And of course, we understand that they might use that for some financial stuff and stuff. But like I'm saying, sometimes you need to accept so that you can change. Acceptance is the realization that this has happened. But then this does not make you a failure. It does not make you mediocre. It does not make you redundant. It does not make you a fool. It's just an experience that happened. Lots of people experience these things and still bounce back. We talk about Steve Jobs. If you remember Steve Jobs' story, Steve Jobs built a company to the point where the company was was profitable and was earning so much, and then he lost his position in the company. He was fired. Now, if this is not deep failure, I don't know what is. But check his story out. He came out of that experience and was able to still make mega impact. A lot of his impact we are still enjoying today with the technology he was able to bring up. So if he accepted the situation and decided to stay in defeat, he would have never known of all these wonderful things that he was able to achieve. He had to accept that it had happened. And if you listen to his story, he went on to start a different company. He went on to start something different. Oh, this Apple business, I've lost it, but I've got to start something else. I've got to keep going. I've got to keep pushing. I've got to keep trying. I can't just lay on the floor, because what other options do you have when you experience that type of thing? You only have two options: lay on the floor in defeat or stand up and get going. Because if you lay on the floor in defeat, your life will definitely turn out to be a mediocre one. It will definitely turn out to be all the worst things that you fear it will. But if you stand up and you start moving again, correcting the mistakes you had made before, then you have a chance and a possibility to make things better. But first you must accept. It is when you accept the fact that you are hungry that you go to look for food. It is when you accept the fact that your clothes are not clean, your clothes are dirty, that you go to do the laundry. It's when you accept the fact that your space is unkempt that you decide to clean it up. So if we do not accept the fact that this situation has happened, you cannot begin to change it. I don't think there is any successful person out there that hasn't experienced this type of failure. Okay? Everybody we look up to, musicians, entertainers, business people, entrepreneurs, athletes, politicians, every one of them have experienced this at some point in time. And they have had to rise up. They had to keep moving. The temptation is to stay on the floor and to stay in defeat. But I want to encourage you not to decide that if and whenever this happens, but to quickly begin to look for solutions and to come out of it. I believe you will. I believe that things will get better. If you're somebody who is already going through that particular type of thing right now, I'm telling you, if you can believe that things can get better, you can begin your journey to things getting better. Hey, don't be in denial. Accept it. It is what it is. But I'm not going to be in this level, and I'm not going to stay in this place for too long. That's your attitude. So the first step is accept it. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking about something really, really important that you need to be part of. So if you haven't yet liked, if you haven't yet shared, and if you haven't yet subscribed, I want you to do so. And if you haven't clicked the notification button yet, I want you to do so. Because this topic is a very, very deep one. Everybody experiences failure at some time. Some people experience great failure from time to time. And we all need to learn how to come out of it, still go on to achieve the great and the beautiful life that we have all dreamt about at some point in time. Listen, when I say that your dream is possible, I actually do believe it. Your dreams are possible. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, ideas, or suggestions, you can contact me. The information is on the screen. If you need counseling or consultations on anything, you can also contact me as well on business development, personal development, or relationships, because I make myself available to help you achieve your dream life. I believe it's possible for you, so let's get to it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, remember, your dream is possible.
Remember, the title says a successful business. The title didn't say starting a business. Because I want you to avoid starting a business and closing it down after 3 months, starting a business and closing it down after 6 months, starting a business and closing it down after 2 years.